Well, hey, everybody, I'm David Ridings. I cannot say this strongly enough. This video is not for everybody. Hey guys, I'm David Ridings with Stand Against Dark Blue and Policing the Police. We are live on Facebook and YouTube, and we have a good video, but a really, really very difficult video to watch tonight. Now, many of you have probably seen this video. This is Officer Darion Jarrott in New Mexico. This was news to me when I saw it. When I first saw this video, I thought this officer just happened up on this monster, for lack of a better word, and that he just pulled him over out of the blue. I have since learned that's not true. Officer Darion Jarrott was solicited by HSI, Homeland Security Investigations, to pull this guy over. And the monster's name is Cuervo, last name Cuervo, Omar Cuervo. Omar Cuervo was a drug dealer and just a thug. He was a criminal, the dredge of society. And HSI had a lot of intel on this guy. I did think the video was unusual when I first saw it, because right after he got shot, within 45 seconds. Hello, Angel. Thanks for joining us tonight. You're always one of my tried and true supporters here, and I appreciate that. Within about 45 seconds after Officer Jarrott got shot, there was a medic that ran up with a backpack on. I thought it was really strange to have seen that, and I've since learned a lot of information that just, it troubles me. So this is fair warning. Let me just give you a little bit of background. Omar Cuervo was 39 years old, and he was being investigated by federal agents for drug trafficking. They had warrants. They had two plans that day. One plan was to stop Cuervo and arrest him, and the other was to follow through with an undercover investigation involving Cuervo and, I guess, the transfer of drugs and money. And I don't. They had enough to arrest him, and I don't know why they didn't share with this police officer. Hey, Sarah, you did make it in time. I don't know why they didn't share with this police officer all of the information and intel they had. And had they shared with him anything, had they told him anything about who Cuervo was and what he was capable of, that officer would have had at least a fighting chance, and he would have approached the vehicle significantly differently. And just let me just start the video. I will pause it. It's about 20 minutes long, but it's footage that most of you have never seen. And I have compiled different angles from different officers. I've got body cam, I've got dash cam from different cars, and, you know, a little bit of background as well. the first part is going to be the most difficult to watch. And then we're going to see how police that day worked together to catch this monster and kill him, and saved taxpayers a lot of money in doing so. And I know that sounds crass and heartless, but having been a police officer and done that job for many years, this guy deserved exactly what he got in the end. He just did. I really want to stress, not many channels have shown the footage that we're about to show. I'm going to show the first part where it stops and doesn't show the actual shooting of Officer Jarrett. And then there'll be a pause, and there'll be another screen like this that says viewer discretion advised. And it'll give you a few seconds to stop if you don't want to watch the actual shooting. I felt like it was important to include it. Just because of the gravity of it. You know, you really don't get a sense for who this monster was, Quavo, unless you watch it. And some of you won't want to watch it, and I get that, and that's okay. And you'll have an opportunity to stop at that point, and just, you could pause the live version, or just, mute it or whatever and turn away for about 12 seconds. And it will tell you when to do that. So let's get into it. Thanks for joining us, and just hang on. This is a tough video.
(1251) SOCOM traffic. Gonna be on I-10, eastbound at about the 101. I'll attempt tag 0527 Edward Paul. It's gonna be a white Chevy pickup, one aboard. Can't tell what state the temp tag's out of.
Now, you didn't see originally, when he saw this truck coming, he was in the median facing the opposite direction. The truck he was on the lookout for, because HSI had told him to be on the lookout for it. He pulled it over for a pretextual reason of dark window tint. And this is...
Afternoon, sir. My name's Darion Jarrott. I'm with New Mexico State Police. The reason for the stop is your window tint's a little too dark. Yeah. Do you mind if I open the door? Or if you want to roll down the window more. What was your name?
Omar Cueva.
Omar Cueva?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Cueva.
Okay. And this guy Cueva, he gave his real name. He didn't hide who he was. He knew in his mind what he was about to do, and it was just going to make him a fugitive forever if he survived. And he had no bones about. I mean, he's the epitome of evil. I just can't get over how somebody can do what this guy did.
Huh? Yeah, so I could run my checks and I can talk to you a little bit while I'm running my checks, and then you'll show me the picture right away, because I got paperwork I gotta do, you know? Hey, real quick. You have a firearm on you? Yeah. No, I see it. Please, do me a favor. You mind if I take it off you for my safety? Alright, hold on. Alright, let's go to my vehicle, okay? Come on.
So he sees the suspect has a weapon or a holster on his belt. He does not see the AR-15 that he's got. He probably had it in the floorboard underneath his legs, and or maybe beside his left leg, right alongside the door. Because when he steps out, he has it right there in his left hand, and then you can see him maneuver with it, and he actually chambers around in it. And it's windy. The officer can't see over the truck. He can't see what's in Cueva's hands. He knows that he has a firearm, and he just doesn't think that he would. He doesn't suspect him of being the felon and the evil person that he is, and he should have suspected that. I say he should have suspected that. He should have been given that information by HSI, who certainly had the information. And we're going to prove that to you tonight on this video. Watch this. Oh, shit. Now listen, this is it. If you don't want to watch this, fast forward about 12 to 15 seconds. I say fast forward. We're live streaming, so you can't fast forward during the live stream. But when you watch this later, you'll be able to fast forward beyond when I start this video. For now, if you don't want to watch the significantly graphic portion of this video, just turn away and mute the computer now. So this, I mean, I don't have any words for that. That's the worst thing I've ever seen as far as dash cam footage is concerned. I've seen a lot of bad videos. That was absolutely an execution, and it breaks my heart. And I know that everybody that watches this channel, not everybody that watches this channel supports the police, but most people in America support police. And we support police, although we're critical of police sometimes. And stand against dark blue means standing against the bullies in police department, and policing the police is just what it says. We teach people how to police the police and how to, invoke your rights early and often. And we will shine a light on police misdeeds, but we also shine a light on the good things that police do. And we honor this officer tonight with this video. Let's watch the rest of it. Now I want you to
status check on traffic.
That's sad too, because she just randomly calls out to check on his status. He had checked out with what we call 1093, pulling over a vehicle. He was out on traffic, and that's his number, SOCOM 1251. Now watch, this truck's not even out of the distance yet, not even out of our view. And watch how quickly HSI gets on the scene. Right here. You saw right before these two white vehicles right here. These are HSI vehicles, these white Suburbans. Right in front of them is another New Mexico patrol car. So literally less than 60 seconds, 45 seconds after this man was shot, these cars go by. They were monitoring this situation, and they had all kinds of firepower and medics on the scene. Watch.
Hey! Hey! Police! Here to help! 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 Hey! You call 911! Hey, call 911! I'm with HSI! Okay! Call 911!
So that's a bystander. That's a citizen hollering at him. And he's saying, call 911. And this guy tells him, I'm with HSI. The other guy you saw just walk around the front of the hood was also with HSI. They're both agents.
He's dead! Fuck!
And listen, I'm sorry about the language.
A police officer was just shot.
But I wanted this footage to be raw and unedited, and that's what it is.
I'm with Border Patrol. Okay. Yeah. No, I just walked up. I'm flipping him over now. I'm EMT. Can you get life flight here? Life flight here ASAP, please. Okay, thank you. Bye. Are you talking to the guys? Fuck, he had his fucking gun out. Fuck, man. Dude, he shot him multiple. He's got one here in the chest. I exit right here and through the face. I'm gonna flip him over. Okay.
Yes, he got shot. But I need you guys to keep an eye out in case he turns around to head back towards Demick. All right? All right, bye.
Obviously, no.
Look at the equipment these guys have. These guys were absolutely loaded for bear. They knew what they were dealing with when they were going after Quavo, but they didn't take the time to let Jarrett know what he was getting into, and it's just absolutely a shame.
Fuck.
This is HSI unit. You have an officer down. I-10 westbound near the Akela exit.
10-4. Officer down I-10 westbound at the Akela exit.
Be advised, ma'am, you have unmarked. 1210, Southbound 49.
10-4-1251 did a traffic stop, and it was for SHI.
Now listen to this. If there's any doubt that he was working with and in conjunction with HSI, because some people don't buy it. Some people are, they think that he just made this traffic stop and it was a coincidence. Listen to the dispatcher.
Have 2D4 units en route. Did a traffic stop, and it was for SHI. I do have 2D4 units en route, and it was for SHI. I do have 2D4 units en route, and they just advised officer down on I-10 westbound at the Aquila.
10-4, show me a route.
10-4, 1210 en route.
1210 Southbound, get a hold of 1200, 12-1, and 12-2, please.
On why in the world would Homeland Security and even his sergeant in state police send him into a situation with this monster, knowing that he was capable of this, knowing his extensive criminal history, knowing his extensive violence, knowing that he has firearms on him? Why were they willing to just send this officer in without any backup right on the scene with him? I mean, why not do a felony stop? If they need to arrest this man, why not have a bunch of cars? Why not have, if they need Officer Jarrett to make the stop, okay, then why doesn't Officer Jarrett with a bunch of other officers going, get out of the vehicle with your hands up, back up to my voice, and get on the ground?
Hey,
That's exactly right. So a felony stop is something they teach you in the academy, obviously, as a police officer. When you are going to pull over a vehicle, they teach you how to pull over vehicles, obviously, when you're training to be a police officer. One of the ways that you pull over, and you can't pull over everybody, you can't pull everybody over like this, because you can't do a felony stop on every traffic stop just because you're scared. But when you know you're dealing with a felon, you know you're dealing with somebody with weapons, you know there's a propensity for violence, you do what's called a felony stop. You pull the vehicle over. You have backup with you. You don't do a felony stop by yourself. You pull the vehicle over. You get on your PA system, and you say, "Driver, roll the window down," and hold the keys out. Throw the keys out on the ground. Turn the car off. You do it step by step. Turn the car off. Throw the keys out. Let me see your hands. Open the door. Step out, driver. And if you've got more than one in the car, then you'll do them one at a time. Driver, step out. Turn facing away from me. Raise your hands in the air and turn around 360. And you'd make them turn around. You make them pull their shirt up to make sure they don't have any weapons. You say, back up to my voice. And then they back up to your voice. And then you eventually put them in custody. And you do that for everybody in the car. And you take your time. You don't get in a rush. And you do it from a position of cover and concealment. And they didn't give him the chance to do that. Had he known what Omar Cuevo was capable of, he never, ever would have let him get out from a position of concealment when he's on the other side of that vehicle. He never would have approached that vehicle if he'd known what he was capable of. And it's a shame that they didn't tell him. Now the next part of this video, or the rest of this video, is a really good compilation of how the cops worked together that day to find this guy. And I mean, a lot of police officers and a lot of really dangerous. It wasn't just another traffic stop. They chased this guy for quite a while. And he was shooting at them, and there were multiple cars that were shot at. They employed the spikes to try to spike his tires, and that's a really difficult process. And you see some of that here, the officers that are employing the spike strips and how they do it, and it's just an interesting compilation of footage. So let's watch.
What do you want to spike him?
Did he shoot at him?
Yeah, officer is down, bro. Do you want to go check on the officer too?
Let's stop this guy, man. We gotta stop him.
Okay.
Let's just shoot. Let's shoot at him. Let's shoot through his windshield.
What's up, bro?
We gotta shoot through his windshield. Spiking's not gonna do nothing, bro.
Yeah.
We gotta stop him.
Let's we can park, bro. We can park somewhere here too.
All right. Let's find him first. Let's find him. We have to just do whatever we have to do to stop him, bro. You can't let him hurt somebody else. You there?
Oh, there's the truck. I see it. K95 SOCOM. Pickup truck is going to be 112 Mile marker 112, eastbound 10-4.
That was the first officer that had spotted him since the shooting, and then now they're all going to get in behind him.
295, so come passing the 114. I don't have issue at this time, but he can't be too far, 10-4. K95, SoCon word. I'm going 120 miles per hour. Traffic is medium, 10-4. I have issue in the vehicle. He's going to be traveling on the slow lane. We're approaching mile marker 115 right now. 116, 10-4. He's slowing down. He's stopping at the 116, 10-4.
Now, I don't know if you could see that. This officer is behind. I don't know how he's even got a clear shot. He must have a clear shot right over the door here because he's shooting, but he's not got a, well, he must have a direct line of sight, but it's not good from the camera view. But they're shooting at Quavo, who is just taking a position up there and shooting back at them. He's fixing to get back mobile again. So.
Can you confirm your primary on this pursuit? Confirm I am primary, but there's also an SP unit in front of me. I don't know who that is. 10-4, copy. SOCOM 12 and 90, just before 49 units are in pursuit of a white and colored truck long bed that's involved in an officer down in the D12 area. We're passing the 133. 10-4. Are you secondary? 430.
430, shots fired. I'm 10-4.
3534, I got.
Holy cow. I'm so sorry. Looks like we had a little technical difficulty. We lost just a quick loss of power there, like a flash. So let me get back in here. I'm so sorry. Good grief.
Also an SP unit in front of me. I don't know who that is. 10-4, copy. SOCOM 12 and 90, just before 49 units are in pursuit of a white and colored truck long bed that's involved in an officer down in the D12 area. We're passing the 133. 10-4. Are you secondary? 430.
430, shots fired. I'm 10-4.
3534, I got spikes under the bridge. It's 135. Down 430.
Okay. So listen, guys, I'm sorry. I don't know what happened. We just lost, we lost the stream And so I popped right back in. I don't know if I still have everybody here. I'm going to give just a second to get back in. And I'm so sorry because, man, I hate it when stuff like that happens. But we are midstream. We'll finish watching this video. For those of you just joining us, this is the New Mexico officer, Darion Jarrott, who was killed while he was assisting HSI in stopping a man by the name of Omar Cueva. Cueva was just a horrible, evil person and ultimately gets what he deserves here momentarily.
3534, I got spikes under the bridge. It's 135. Down 430.
430, I'm 10-4. He shot at my unit.
Copy, shots fired at your unit. You are 10-4. 10-4.
Real-time information. We're working on that. The staters that are attached to us are giving us real-time on USMS-1. All right. One unit at Hickory, no traffic.
Here's a good show of the spike strips. It's very delicate in employing these because you want to get the bad guy's car, but you don't want to get any of your police cars.
Bridge at the 135.
Shots fired at your unit. 4. From 4446 and 430.
Got a spike, got a spike.
So he believes he got one of the suspect's tires. I don't know how he did it. That's just if he was able to do it and not get the others. That's just I think pure luck. But I think he did get one of Cueva's.
44. Negative on him crashing out. 771 correct. 730 pick up.
He saw 10-4 per pit right behind him. Oh shit! He's shooting at me.
Location.
Oh shit! Oh fuck!
We're approaching the river, Sergeant. We're approaching the river on I-10.
Oh fuck! Oh fuck! He's shooting at my vehicle! Shooting at my vehicle! I can't get him from P. He's shooting me too much. No, so he can set a spike shreds.
Notice that and that's why I left the language in there and I left it raw and unedited. I mean, it's edited because I'm cutting portions of it out, but I left the vocal part in there because it just gives you a sense of just the fear that goes along with being a police officer sometimes, and the adrenaline that you would get in a pursuit like this. And you're going 100 miles an hour chasing this truck who's shooting at you and you don't stop. You go, oh crap, shoot, heck. Not using those words, but you just keep going. And you can just tell he's operating on pure adrenaline. Pure adrenaline. Thanks, Angel. And thanks for coming back. I'm sorry I lost everybody.
Jason, you got a rifle?
330 Central.
You got a rifle? Okay. You want to set up? Okay. Use.
Okay, you need to get up. 330 Central. Advise unit. He's on the shoulder. He's on the shoulder. I-10 bridge.
I-10 bridge. I don't know if I can hum it from here. Get it.
You just shot us right before the motel exit.
Motel? Ooh. Where is he?
1333 Central. Shots fired from the suspect. Shots fired.
Where is he?
Right there.
He's right there. And he didn't get a chance to employ the spike strips, but you're fixing to see a lot of shooting.
Fuck this.
Black handgun.
He's still shooting at my unit.
Give us a location.
He's coming up to the motel. I'm trying to go in for a pit again, but I got to tire out. So 49, he's slumped over. Might be shot. He's slumped over.
Watch out! Watch out! The opposite direction.
Now that was video from a bystander that wasn't involved in the chase. I thought I'd throw it in there because it shows what bystanders were seeing right before the pit maneuver. And a pit maneuver is just when you're chasing a vehicle. Let's see if I can do this. You're chasing a vehicle and you turn your passenger side front corner into his driver's side rear corner, and you just position your vehicle in a way that spins him out. And so you pit him and you spin him out, and then you're able to get them stopped. And with somebody like this, you can see in one of these videos, as the truck is coming to a stop, his door's already open. He's jumping out, ready to shoot some more police. Now, Officer De La Garza would be dead today if it were not for this guy behind him, because when he gets shot, he falls back, and Cueva comes up to his car side and is about to come around there and finish him off. When you'll see in just a second when I hit play again, the trooper positioned behind him has a rifle and starts shooting at Cueva and basically gives him cover and makes Cueva back up. Now you see that trooper backing up right there. He's been shot. He was the one that was shot and fell back.
Central, shots fired. He's got his hands under his belly. I don't know what he's got there. Firearms by his head. Firearms by his head. Watch the crossfire. Kick it. Kick it. I got it. I got it. Secure him. Secure him. Secure him. Handcuff him. Handcuff him right now. Handcuff him right now.
You got it?
Now he's dead, but they don't know that, so they cuff him anyway.
Get down. No. Let me put my gun away. Let go.
Now notice, don't get me started on this. And I don't fault them for it because they were required by probably company policy to do it. All of these officers during this chase are wearing masks because of COVID. And I know you might not think that's a big deal, but when you have adrenaline like that and you're going through something like that, you need to be able to breathe. You need as much oxygen as you can get. I just think it's just amazing that they've all done this, primarily, not completely, but most of these guys were wearing masks through most of this ordeal. I just thought it was interesting.
It's okay. Hey, yeah, he got hit. He got hit. All right, man, come on. Get him to the vehicle.
Now they identify the officer who's been hit and just watch the flood of support. And it's a brotherhood. There's no other way to look at the police force. They're a brotherhood, and some of these guys probably don't know. They're in different departments, and some of them probably don't know each other personally, but they're family on the scene of this. And watch how they treat this guy.
Right here. Get him to the vehicle right here. The mag is in there. I don't see the rifle. I don't know if we dumped it sometime in the pursuit or not. There's another mag in there. I got it. Let's go. Move out. All right. We're getting there, officer.
And they ain't waiting for an ambulance either. They take him to the hospital in one of their canine cars, actually.
If you support police like,
and this is Sam Bergman. He is the attorney for the slain officer's family, and I believe they're suing HSI and other officers for basically negligence and not, and intentional torts too, probably just for not telling Jarrett what he was dealing with and not giving him at least a fighting chance to be alive today.
Like obviously the vast majority of Americans do, then you look at this and say, why you have to do the follow-up? Why was this police officer put in this situation unaware of the danger that he was facing? And that question has to be asked, because if we don't, then this can happen again. And there's, obviously we want to help the children of Officer Jarrett through this lawsuit, but I think just as important to the family, and from visiting with them, is they just don't want this to happen to another police officer. And so the question has to be asked of, well, here's what we do know. As horrific as that murder was of the police officer, none of it had to happen. It was all avoidable. It just by following proper tactics, by having a good operational plan in place where no one officer was going to be put in that kind of harm's way. That was never done.
No, it was never done. And I don't know why it wasn't done. I certainly, and I don't say this lightly. As a matter of fact, I'm just going to, for those of you that are faith believing people, God fearing people, just join me right now. I pray right now, God, for the family of Officer Darion Jarrott. And Lord, I pray, God, that you guide the steps of that lawyer as they fight through this case. God, give him, just reveal the things that were hidden, allow things that were hidden to be exposed and to be revealed. And Father, I just pray for favor in that case, God, that his family is able to recover something. Obviously it's not what they would like to recover. They would like to recover the life of their husband and of their father. But I just pray in Jesus' name that you give them a peace as they go through this, Father, and that you protect the men and women in policing as they go out there day in and day out. And they don't know if they're gonna go home. And so I pray that you just have your hand of protection over this nation and allow us, Father, to come together and to be united in an effort to heal policing and just the relationship between the citizens and law enforcement. And Father, for the evil police officers that are out there, just expose them. And for the good police officers that are out there, help them to find and to be able to expose the bad police officers and to just rid their department of every evil man and woman that wears that badge, and just bring honor back to that profession in Jesus' name. Listen, thanks guys for watching. I know it's been a long video, and I know I screwed up, and I don't know how I lost the stream about midstream. But good grief. I'm sorry that we lost it. And I'm glad that you guys were able to make it back, Angel, and whoever else made it back. And thank you. Thank you for joining in that prayer and agreeing in faith with me that the family will just be given a peace during that process. So I'm David Ridings with Policing the Police, and we're live on Stand Against Dark Blue. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with somebody. That helps us more than anything. Go over to YouTube if you're watching on Facebook, and like and subscribe and hit the bell. And if you're on YouTube, go over to Facebook and like and subscribe, and you'll be notified every time we go live. Listen, if you guys will stand with me against the darkness, we'll shine some light on some evil. Now, I didn't get into this thinking that I could go into the enemy's camp and not be attacked. I understand that. But I'm not afraid, because I serve a Lord that has overcome everything for me. And I'm just grateful, and I'm saved by grace, and I'm just grateful for what he's done for me in my life. And so I just invite you guys to stand with me against the darkness, and we'll expose evil and basically help police themselves. Because there's a lot of good cops out there, and they have a lot of good intentions. And for the most part, cops are good. There are a few that give them a bad name, obviously, and we need to expose them. And that's all we do here at Stand Against Dark Blue. So if you like that, give it a thumbs up and share it with somebody. Angel, thanks for watching, and you guys enjoy your night. Be well.
I come back every time. My heart, my soul, my fight, my every time. Won't stop, won't quit. I come back every time. You ain't seen nothing yet. Walk down my head. Start that fire, yeah. Burn it down. Oh, yeah. You ain't seen nothing yet. I go hard, I go hard. Tell me now. You ain't seen nothing yet.